So I guess this is what Roy has been doing ever since he left Team Arrow. He's just going around, flying in helicopters and a rescue team, saving lives. No big deal. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. So today we're going to talk about the film San Andreas. This is a film which stars Dwayne Johnson in the lead role, and it is our summer disaster movie. I believe this is the only one that's coming out this summer. This is basically last year's Into the Storm, and I really enjoyed Into the Storm, but did I enjoy this one? Let's find out. As I said, Dwayne Johnson is the star in this film. He plays a helicopter fire and rescue type of person. He flies helicopters around and saves people who are in very dangerous situations and goes and saves them. But his life is not perfect, oh no. He is getting divorced from his wife, who he still cares about, but there is something which happened in their past which is causing them to split, and so there's that whole drama thing. I have no idea if I'm saying your name right, but Joan Grufford, he played Henry Morgan in the show Forever, which just got canceled very sadly. And in that show, he had a British accent, which I was very used to. And so, seeing him in this, he plays kind of like the stepdad-ish person. He's kind of a dick. And he has an American accent, and it completely sounds weird to me. So that was very distracting. Every time I heard it, I just couldn't really make it work in my head. Because you see a guy, stuff. Alexandra Daddario, she is also in this film, and she is gorgeous. Oh my God, she's beautiful. She plays the daughter of Dwayne Johnson, and she is going off to college. And while she's in San Francisco, the big earthquakes and everything start happening, and so we end up with two separate stories, which actually is kind of a cool thing for the film to do. We have Dwayne Johnson's story where he's trying to find his family, find his soon-to-be ex-wife, and his daughter, try to rescue them. So there's that whole story, and then there's the story with the daughter, and she basically is the star of her own area of this film, which is actually kind of cool. She's helped by these two brothers, they're British brothers, which is really cool. And she meets them when she's waiting for Henry Morgan in his building. And these were probably the two comedic parts of the film. Just seeing these two brothers interact. There's one that's about her age, and then there's one that's like 12 or something. And the 12-year-old is just like a ladies' man type of person. He's very like forward. And he's trying to get his brother to just like interact with this girl, and it's just very, very comedic. And they end up together during this whole disaster thing that's happening. Then you get to see them kind of form relationships and stuff, and it just worked nicely for me. I really enjoyed that part of it. That could have been in and of itself its own film. I would have watched that. That would have been cool. Paul Giamatti, he's also in this film. He plays the scientist who is trying to predict all these earthquakes which are happening, and he does kind of the same thing in every scene that he's in, which is kind of unfortunate because he's a really good actor. But once the earthquakes start hitting, it basically goes like this. Oh my God, there's an earthquake coming that's about this and this and this. We should all get down once it starts happening. Oh, get under the desks. Everyone hide. Next scene. Oh, we got out. That was a blah 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 earthquake. Oh, we got another one coming. Next scene. Oh, it's happening. Get down. It just repeats that over and over and over and over. Basically every scene that he's in is some sort of version of that, and it's very few. Like he starts out teaching class and then he's like doing an interview at one point, but other than that, it's very much the same cycle over and over. And it didn't really bug me a ton, but it's just kind of noticeable, and it's just kind of a big repeat that they could have done more with the character, I thought. The visual effects in this film are fantastic though. All the destruction which is happening around all these main characters is just unbelievable. You got buildings crumbling around you, you got a tsunami which hits eventually, and you got just all these really cool disaster-y things, which I love seeing in these movies, which is why I really like disaster movies, because you just have all this crazy stuff happening. You see buildings collapsing, and in real life, if this was happening, it'd be terrible, but just seeing it on screen, it's just really neat to see. But, as this is a disaster-type movie, it is very predictable. There was one point towards the end of the movie where it's right before like the final earthquake is gonna happen, and there's a scene which happens, and I'm like, the next earthquake's gonna hit in about 3, 2, 1. After that it hit. When you can predict a movie that well, either I'm seeing too many films which are disaster-based, which I don't see that many disaster-based films, or the movies just follow a very strict formula, and you just kind of can guess what's going to happen based on certain events. Completing aside, I did actually have a fun time with this film. It was very entertaining for me besides the predictable story elements and all that. But I did have fun with it. Dwayne Johnson just was fantastic. The dual stories which went on were really fun. They kind of paralleled each other a little bit. There's a ton of foreshadowing throughout this film too, just like more towards the beginning, and then things that are mentioned have a place in the end. And so it's just, I don't know. But I did have fun with the film. I did enjoy it. I would say definitely go check it out if this is your type of film. It is quite good and well done if you can get past all the story-based stuff. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like the film as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you so choose, I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.